There are only 2 games at Glenview Ice Center remaining after tonight, albeit we do have a home game at Centennial Ice Rink. Of course, that's the North-South game. That'll be Thanksgiving Eve. So 3 more home games in the SHL after tonight, but none on the road. Or, excuse me, all of them on the road. But then when it comes to January, a stretch of 7 home games and 8 games played. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. A little bit early start for the warm-ups as both teams have hopped onto the ice surface. And we've only got a minute left to go, just a minute after the ice lot time. So this game is going to get started real quick. It's Halloween weekend and a couple of Halloween costumes scattered throughout the stands of the Glenview Ice Center. Not many. I came in with a hat. Well, a hat and Crocs. It's part of my costume. I'm being a dog. In case anybody knows the show on Netflix, Midnight Gospel, they're the main character named Clancy has a dog named Charlotte, and me and my girlfriend Michaela are being those 2. She's Clancy and I'm the dog Charlotte. So I brought my hat for that, but the real costume is back at home. 30 seconds to go in the warm-ups. Titans and the Scouts going to play for the second time this SHL season and for the second time in the last 10 years. GBS won the first matchup 4-1. It was the Titans' second game in the SHL, following the 3-2 comeback win over the York Dukes. That was the win that made them 2-0, which was historic in the sense that they have never had a 2-0 start to an SHL season until this one. Now they're all the way at 5-0-1, and that was 5-0 all the way up until Wednesday night, when they lost in overtime against New Trier. But GBS has an unbelievable stretch of 16 games played and 0 regulation losses, 12 wins, and 2 of them overtime losses, and 2 of them were draws. Once again on Twitch, GBS Titans Hockey, and on the South Hockey Radio Network on Mixlr. This is Dylan Ward. Hope everyone enjoyed John Ward. That was my father doing color with me the other night. But back on the solo train at Glenview Ice Center. As you probably heard the buzzer, the warm-up period has ended and both teams will head over to their respective benches and get a word in with their coaches. And speaking of coaches, one of the biggest storylines coming into this game is the varsity head coach, Jim Philbin's Hall of Fame A-High Hockey Illinois induction. Class of 2022. He's been with this Glenbrook South team for 35 plus years in the coaching staff, and that is just an unbelievable number when you boil it down. And he is still riding with this team and has no sign of stopping anytime soon, in full force, and loves what he does. And a great honor for a man who surely deserves it, of the Glenbrook South hockey family. Scouts will go from right to left, Titans from left to right in the first period. Lake Forest wears their white unis with gold and blue accents, including blue numbers and blue names with gold accents as well. Titans, you know those blue jerseys, South written in the Michigan font, yellow names and numbers on the back, and the lightning bolt pants. 17 minutes on the clock. GBS looking to keep their undefeated in regulation streak alive in SHL play. Lake Forest looking to end a little bit of a losing streak that started with the Glenbrook South Titans defeating them 4-1. They actually haven't played an SHL game in about 2 weeks. We'll get to that as we're underway. Lake Forest will dump it into the Titans zone. Luke Winger is going to get another start here in the SHL. It's his 6th. His goals against average climbed up a little bit after he allowed 3 goals against the New Trier Green Trevians, but still very solid at about 1.7. Lake Forest clears it out to neutral ice. Teddy Huddleston on the other end as well for Lake Forest. Played in that first matchup as this shot from Almburg, right side, goes off the pad of Huddleston. He makes his first save. Now Adrian Sokol with a pass up to Jason Ban. Lightly tapped it ahead to Freimuth as he chases it into the zone, and it's clipped out of there by the Scouts. Here comes Austin Rice. He shoots one, it misses the net wide, and it goes into the near side corner. Zach Freimuth digs in there. He will go to the far side for Vanderplug. Now Jason Band over to Wojdyla near side and neutral ice. He will spin and dump it down right side. Huddleston comes out of his net. Freimuth chases in there, trying to beat him. Gave it to Band, far corner. Now Freimuth. That quick chance has fizzled away, but the Titans do have possession. Vanderplug, his shot missed the net wide, and it goes to the corner. Now a centering pass. Vanderplug picks it up by the Glenview Stars logo. He takes a shot that got blocked. It goes to the far side, and that try for the Titans wouldn't go either. Adrian Sokol will take a long one. It misses the net wide to the left. Jason Band grabs possession. Left point for Vanderplug. He shoots. That gets blocked by Jackson Drum, and it's cleared back to the Titans zone. 2 minutes in, we haven't had a whistle yet in Glenview. Titans and Scouts scoreless on Saturday night of Halloween weekend. Titans miss a pass to neutral ice, and it goes all the way down. That is a Glenburg South icing and the first stoppage of the game with 14:52 to go in the first period. Last season, GBS also had a Saturday night Halloween weekend game at Glenview Ice Center. It was against the Barrington Broncos, where they defeated them 4-1. Again, Barrington just one of two teams that the Titans swept last season, the other being Glenbrook North, in terms of regular season series in SHL play. Steenstrup takes a hit into the far side. Now Matt Callahan picks it up neutral ice. It's poked out of there by the Scouts. Henry Davis able to get this one all the way down below the GBS goal line. Grant Loughran to Callahan on the near side, still inside the Titan zone. Now out to Steenstrup as he comes out with it. Eric Steenstrup over the blue line on the right wing side. His shot was partially blocked, and the Scouts will come the other direction. Here comes Owen Walsh. He takes a hit into the near side boards, and the Titans are going to be guilty of a penalty here with 14:12 to go. Quickly, the Titans head to the box, and I believe it's going to be Nick Ventura. See if we have game sheet pulled up here at the Glenview Ice Center for this one. I'll check that in a moment. But nonetheless, we will head to a Lake Forest power play. Their power play is a big talking point when you prep for this game as a broadcaster. They haven't scored a goal yet. So they have 7 games played in the SHL. The program is still waiting for its first ever varsity power play goal, 0 for 19, so 0%. Here's Uihlien, left point. He throws a shot, and it's tipped by Carrabine and in. And just like that, Lake Forest has their first power play goal of the SHL season. Carrabine gets it on the deflection, and the Titans allow the first goal with 14:02 to go in the first period. 1-0 Scouts. For Lake Forest, that is just the 3rd time, and this is their 8th game that they've scored the first goal. Titans, on the other hand, that's only the 2nd time they've allowed the first goal, the only other time being the season opener on October 1st against York, when they allowed the first 2 and came back to win it 3-2 in regulation. Here's Ryan Mulvey to the near side and neutral ice Davidson with a pass. That went right to the stick of one of the Scouts, and the Titans will grab it back. Now this is going to be dumped in by Marsh. It goes behind Winger's net. He settles it down, but chasing in there for possession is Rice. He centered it now. Moorhead's got it. He takes a shot from the slot, and that wouldn't go. Maybe Winger got a piece of it. Almburg now behind the Titans net. We'll get that one to the far side. Sherwood tips it ahead, but right to the stick of Lake Forest. They will get it into the Titans zone again. Now here's Meredith, and that deflects back to the goaltender Huddleston. He will hop on top of it, covering the puck to stop play with 13:02 to go in the first period. Lake Forest leads 1-0. And another note, Lake Forest comes into this game with a -4 goal differential in the first period. 0-4 is the count, so they actually have not scored a first period goal in the SHL this season until right there. So not only is it the first power play marker of the year for the team, but the first period tally as well. Here's Adam Sokol. He passes it back to his brother Adrian. Long wrist shot with lots of speed, goes into the glove of Huddleston. He makes save number 2 of the night, 12:42 to go in the first period. Face-off going to be in the Lake Forest end. GBS attacking zone. Freimuth gets ready for the face-off at the left circle. Referee drops the puck, and it's won by the Titans. Sokol couldn't keep it in, and now chasing after it is Dennis Hickey. He's got the freshman Vanderploeg to beat. Hickey shoots it, and on the rebound, John Carrabine couldn't get his stick on it. He might have had a chance for goal number 2. Now the other way comes Van, left side. Bottom of the circle, takes a shot from a tough angle, easily stopped by Huddleston. Now to the far corner, Lake Forest finds possession. It's Carrabine again, and he will dump this one down to the Titans' end. Adrian Sokol being pressured from behind by Carrabine. John Carrabine only with 1 point this season. It was a goal, impressing early, coming into this one anyway. And meanwhile, Wojdyla comes into the zone, left wing side, and gets a shot away that's deflected up into the netting. And that is the whistle that you heard. 12 minutes exactly to go in the first period. It's Lake Forest leading 1-0 at Glenview Ice Center. GBS with an attacking zone face-off here. It was a power play goal for Lake Forest if you're joining us late. As Mulvey couldn't get it out. It's back in GBS's end. Near side half boards, Titans poke it. Trying to get it away, but it's sent back in. Almburg takes possession. Goes to the far side for Mulvey. Now ahead, here's Nick Ventura skating into the zone. He comes over the blue line, left wing side, centers it, but nobody there. Huddleston puts a glove on it. Meanwhile, Nick Ventura takes an awkward spill into the far side corner. Let's hope he's all right, as he doesn't take long to get to his feet, which is good news for the Titans. 11:34 to go in the first period. Scouts with a 1-0 lead. It was John Carrabine's second of the SHL season. Eric Steenstrup in to take the face-off after Callaghan was booted off. It's won by Lake Forest. They get it outside the Titans zone and chasing after it. Picking it up now is Henry Davis. Tried to get it past Almburg, but he could not. It goes to Steenstrup instead, and it's sent back into the zone but offside, so the Scouts had to tag, and the Titans able to get it to neutral. Far side, center ice, it's stripped away. Here's Finn Avis, looking for goals in 2 straight games, gets around Almburg and shoots a backhander. Winger makes the stop. That was a nice little move by Finn Avis, but just didn't get a lot of power and accuracy on that backhander after he pulled it away from Almburg. And Winger makes his 3rd save of the game. He allowed a goal on one of his 3 shots faced. Puck falls, circle to Winger's right. Lake Forest gets a quick shot away, but it misses the net. It was from a pretty tough angle anyway. And it comes to the near side, still in GBS's zone. Centered by Hickey, but Sokol grabs it. Now it's cleared away by Vanderploeg, and it rolls all the way down to the Lake Forest end. And it was on edge, so it actually took a left-hand turn, slowed down a ton, and was not an icing. So instead, it's tipped ahead. Here comes Carrabine again, trying to beat Adrian Sokol. He cannot. He grabs the puck and gets it to Davidson in neutral ice with a nice move to get around Shoemaker. Now Mulvey in the neutral zone gets taken down by Carrabine. We play on, and Lake Forest comes back into the zone. Shoemaker, it's tipped back out to neutral ice, so Austin Rice goes to the far side for Aiden Hunt. He dumps it in, rings around the boards from right to left, and picking it up on the near side is Rice, centering it. Moorhead left circle shot. Winger makes the save. Jason Band tips it ahead for Freimuth. He tips it ahead, trying to get ahead of Hunt. Freimuth still with the puck. Doesn't have possession anymore as he loses it after a hit into the far side corner. And then Lake Forest, Jackson Drum comes out. He gets around Freimuth, trying to get in there 1-on-4. Weak shot. Never made it to the net. So Zach Freimuth in neutral ice, goes with a stretch pass to Jason Band, waiting at the blue line, left wing side, centered it. Wojdyla, blue paint, they poke. Where's the puck? It goes to the far side, and there's still not a whistle. There's some cheering on the GBS side, but instead it goes back. And now the Titans going to have a power play here on the delayed call. Madness down at the Lake Forest goal. Loughran's still with possession for the Titans. Now Nick Ventura at the corner, and the scrum up against the boards is going to stop the play. So Lake Forest, they scored a goal quickly on their power play. It only took one shot in, and so the Titans are going to get an opportunity of their own. Lake Forest penalty kill, 16 out of 19 so far this season, 84.2%. That's seventh best in the SHL, excuse me. On the other hand, the Titans power play, fifth best in the SHL, 15.8%, 3 out of 19. No power play goals, I should say, in last game against New Trier, but they will try and get one here. It's Almburg after a Titan face-off win left point. His shot got blocked. Grabbing it are the Scouts, looking to clear it out, but it's kept alive possession-wise. Ryan Mulvey down to Sherwood. Now Ryan Mulvey has it again. It's Wyatt Sherwood right circle. He loses the puck. Meredith grabs it and will clear it all the way down. Winger comes behind his goal line and plays it off the far side boards to Davidson. Now to the near side, it's Jack Mulvey. Over the blue line, right wing side, looking for a pass, centers it. Probably was looking for Davidson there, but it went to a Lake Forest stick, and Logan Uihlien will dump it the length. Already 45 seconds gone on the penalty kill for Lake Forest, which has been solid here to start. Zach Freimuth tries to make something happen here around Hunt. He shoots, and he hit the water bottle and scores! He found a hole on the near side, and that was a pretty one. Just like you see on the highlight reels, Zach Freimuth has just scored goal number 5 on the SHL season, and it was coast to coast. We have a tie game, both teams with a power play goal, 1-1 the score. And back underway. Lake Forest wins the face-off and will get it back to their own end. Huddleston sticks it aside for Medica. But then the Titans steal it away. Lake Forest gets it back neutral zone. Now it's poked away for Ban. Ban will send this one down to the far side corner. It's picked up below the goal line. Zach Freimuth finds it. He will go to the far side corner. Now out to the high slot. Grant Loughran faked a shot, gave it to Ban, couldn't hang on. Ban kept it alive, got it to Freimuth, left side circle. He took a one-timer, and that goes into Huddleston's glove. He stops play with 7:39 to go in the first period. The Titans and Lake Forest Scouts all knotted up at 1 apiece at Glenview Ice Center. In the Titans' last home game for quite a while. They were supposed to have a home game next Saturday night against the St. Viator Lions, but the CCM Hockey Showcase Tournament has bought out the Glenview Ice Center ice slot, so that game has been postponed. No new date set for it yet, but that is another home game. Those are already pretty sparse early in the season for the Titans. It's Benji Pajurski out there after being a scratch in last game. Vanderplug sent this one ahead. It's intercepted by Meredith. Meredith looking to get it out to neutral ice for Avis, but it deflects to Vanderplug, who chases it back. Getting in there with pressure is Walsh. He finds the puck, gets it back left point. Meredith takes a shot. That's stopped by Luke Winger. Now Monaghan trying to tip it out. Meredith sends it back down to the corner. Now it's Finn Avis. He will get it back out to the left point again for Meredith. Lake Forest with a lot of possession time here on this shift, but Adam Sokol intercepts and gets it out to neutral ice and all the way down. Titans will change, and it was tipped, so it will not be an icing. 6:30 to go in the first period. It's a 1-1 game in Glenview. Jack Mulvey intercepts. He shoots from the right circle, and that goes into the glove of Huddleston. He will hang on for a whistle. 6:23 to go in the first period. Also, Titans with the lead in shots on goal, 9-4. GBS with an attacking zone face-off. Mulvey will take it at the right dot. 50-50 puck comes to the near side and is ultimately flipped out to neutral ice. Almburg over to Mulvey, Ryan that is, then Davidson ahead. He will try to get around Dennis Hickey. He cannot. Lake Forest steals it away. It's Logan Uihlien trying to get around Sherwood. All he can do is get it to the near side, neutral ice, and GBS takes over possession. Here's Davidson. Touched the puck ahead. Andrew Marsh was coming in for a hit, but then Davidson just stood there like a screen, and Marsh just kind of ran into him. Now Davidson will flip this one down to the Lake Forest end. Won't be enough for icing, so both teams get to change again. The Callaghan, Steenstrup, and now Ventura line is out there. Callaghan, now it's stolen away and backhanded into the zone by Marsh, and GBS will grab it again. Haven't had a really good look on net for either team in a while, but Callaghan wants to change that. He goes below the goal line, looks for a pass, comes to the near side circle, and it's intercepted once again. This time Murphy Moorhead is playing in his 6th game. We'll get it all the way down to Algrim, who was another scratch in last Titans game against New Trier, back in the lineup. 5 minutes to go. Steenstrup got it to the blue paint. Ventura tried to turn around and backhand it past Huddleston, but that wouldn't work. That was a nice chance for the Titans. This one sent all the way down by Lake Forest will not be an icing, and the teams will change once again. 4:30 to go in the first period. Titans and Scouts 1-1. Shots on goal favor the Titans 9-4. Wojdyla ahead to Freimuth. He's got a partial breakaway, couldn't settle down the puck, caught up to it, and took a desperation backhander that he could barely get enough on. Now in the near side corner, a scrum for the puck. Freimuth and Wojdyla in there, and they still pin it up against the boards. There's been a lot of that this season. That wasn't much of a thing last season. If my memory serves me correctly. Those pins up against the boards. Another one results in Lake Forest getting the puck, pulling it to his backhand, or at least trying to, is Ryan Manili. But it's grabbed away by the Titans and grabbed back. Finn Avis will dump this one down. 3:45 to go in the first period. It's been about 2.5 to 3 minutes since we've had a whistle here. Loughran gets around a couple defenders, ultimately Meredith, and takes a shot. That missed the net and goes off the end boards. And it comes back out to neutral ice. Grant Loughran gets his pocket picked, and it's backhanded down by Dennis Hickey. Here's Adrian Sokol back in the Titans zone. Out to Davidson. Carrabine intercepts and will turn around and fire it into the zone. Winger paddles it to Adrian Sokol. He will send it out. It'll go all the way down. Will not be an icing because it was tipped. So Davidson catches up to it below the goal line. Now Wyatt Sherwood with the puck. Right circle. We'll go cross ice. Adrian Sokol taps it ahead to Jack Mulvey. Got it back for Adrian Sokol. Left circle. Now back to the near side looking for Vanderplug, but that pass tipped, and it'll come back out to neutral ice. Uihlein will dump it down, trying to fool Winger. Last few dump-ins have been down to the corner, but he made it seem like that and took the shot on net. Luke was ready for it. Titans grab possession back. Out to neutral ice, kicked away by Hunt. Right to the stick of Steenstrup, actually, and then it goes to Davidson in the slot, and Huddleston makes the big save. 2:29 to go, period one. 1-1 between the Titans and Scouts. Zach Freimuth with the Titans goal. It was a water bottle shot, and it was beautiful. Make sure you find that tomorrow if you're watching this live on YouTube. Steenstrup now in the far corner. Another scrum for the puck. Nick Ventura picks it up, centers it. Steenstrup couldn't get a backhand on that one. And Callaghan to the near side. Ventura Back to the right point, Almburg. His shot was tipped by Moorhead, and it goes into the near side corner. They will try and get it out, kept alive by Almburg again. He will go to the left point. Ryan Mulvey down to the corner for Eric Steenstrup. 2 minutes to play in period 1. Centered out, right to the slot. Nick Ventura couldn't hang on to that pass. Now he comes to the near side corner. Right wing, back to the right point, Almburg. He shoots one, it got maybe a deflection on its way, but ultimately bounces into the glove of Huddleston. He makes save number 11 on the night. 34 Whites in net. Came into this game with a 2.01 goals against average, so practically 2, and a save percentage of .934. Record of 2-4, however, in the 6 games he's played so far this SHL season. He watches a defensive zone face-off for the Scouts, get won by Lake Forest, so in the Titans attacking zone, Wojdyla intercepts. He tried to get that one down to the corner, but it comes out to neutral ice. Now with speed is Henry Davis. He will try and get around Almburg. He puts on the brakes and falls down on the far side, and Owen Almburg gains possession back, gets it to the near side half boards. Manili steals it away. Now Walsh takes a hit from Ban, but Meredith grabbed the puck, and Lake Forest keeps possession alive. Now it's Uihlien, neutral ice Manili. Freimuth found a loose puck, and he will go to the far side in his own zone for Ryan Mulvey. Now to Casper Wojdyla, who arcs this one ahead. Settled down by the stick of Hickey. Lake Forest dumps it all the way down. Will not be an icing, as it just was barely on net for Luke Winger. I don't know if it'll count as a save, but it should. 39 seconds to go in the first period, tie game. Not very much has happened over the last few minutes of playing time, really the last 5 minutes. And it's sent down to GBS's half, and now over to the right for Lake Forest. They will get this one ahead. It's Robert Medica, and it's sticked away by the Titans. Davidson over to the far side, intercepted by Carrabine. Was a delayed offside, so Titans able to keep it up. Now they'll send this one all the way down. It will be an icing against Glenbrook South, and the puck will come back to their own zone with 7.4 to go in the first period. 1-1 game here at the Glenview Ice Center. John Carrabine with a power play goal for Lake Forest to get started. Roughly 3 minutes into the game, Zach Freimuth, roughly 3 minutes later for the power play goal for the Titans, and that's where we stand now. Face-off win by GBS, one last centering chance, but it goes right to Wojdyla, and that's how the first period ends. 12 shots on goal for Glenbrook South, 5 for Lake Forest, but each team has made one count, and it's 1-1. Luke Winger has allowed 1 goal on the 5 shots he's faced, and hopefully Lake Forest can get some more shots so that evens out. Zach Freimuth, that is his 2nd goal of the season against Lake Forest. He scored 1, and it was also on the power play, as a matter of fact, at Lake Forest College, home of the Scouts. Again, this is definitely the Lake Forest Scouts' first time playing in Glenview Ice Center, the varsity team. At least the new Glenview Ice Center, I should say. And the last time they played at the old Glenview Ice Center, unless it was not against Glenbrook South, was over 10 years ago. So playing on some Glenview ice for the first time. They get to make their way over to a lot of new rinks as new expansion, so to speak, members of the SHL. They overtook Lake Forest, they are Lake Forest. They overtook OPRF in that. And OPRF now plays in Illinois West. So the Titans and Scouts continue to meet at their benches. A lot of penalties in the first game that these two teams played back on October 9th. Actually 7 power plays in total. GBS went 1 for 5 on the man advantage that night. Lake Forest 0 for 2. Both teams 1 for 1 in this game, and each team only with 1 penalty to their name as well. So we will switch ends at the Glenview Ice Center. The period of the long change is upon us. 17 minutes on the clock to start the second. Lake Forest will shoot from left to right. Glenbrook South from right to left. Titans looking to take the lead and get ahead of Lake Forest. Last time they played, they also entered the second period tied, although it was 0-0. And that 4-1 win for the Titans, actually all 5 of the goals in the game, 4 by the Titans, 1 by the Scouts, all of it was in the second period. GBS scored 3 goals that ended up being 73 seconds. And then a 4th one later on. Lake Forest also got one. And that was by Ryan Manili. So we'll see if this second period, the scoring becomes more alive. Also for and against. Lake Forest has 16 goals in the second period. Again, that's for and against combined. And in the first period, if you remember that 0-4, they only had 4 of those. That was a high-scoring period by Lake Forest standards. Anyway, back to the hockey. It gets sent back down into GBS's zone. Titans get a shot on goal on the shift, and they'll re-enter. Uihlein intercepts. He will backhand this one down to Loughran, who's waiting in his own end. Now here's Callaghan. He steps over the blue line on the left wing side. All the way down below the goal line, he lost possession of the puck and it hit the side of the net. Sokol keeps it in play, left point. Will send it down to the right side corner. Callaghan gets it ahead for himself, but then takes a hit by Robert Medica. Or Medica make that. And then here's a shot by Sokol that pinballed around before it looked like it may have turned out to be a potential scoring chance. And all the meanwhile, the puck is going to be iced down by the Scouts. So GBS gets an attacking zone faceoff. 15:27 to go in period 2. Titans and Lake Forest tied up at 1. Lake Forest scored the first goal. Glenbrook South, the most recent. They were both on the power play. It was John Carrabine for Lake Forest and Zachary Freimuth for the Titans. It was his 3rd goal of the season. 2nd power play goal right off the draw in Lake Forest end. It goes out of play off the glass, and the clock is still ticking, and the referee sees that and will point it out, so they'll have some work to do here. As the teams will wait patiently for the face-off. Titans attacking zone, left side circle. We're going to go make sure that the clock has enough. It's actually still ticking. 14 minutes and 50 seconds as it keeps running. So the referees will get in there and look to problem solve. Finally, the clock has frozen at 14:48. And we're just going to go ahead and play with all the time lost. Well then, Lake Forest wins the face-off. Back underway at Glenview Ice Center. Now the clock's not running, so maybe what they're doing is waiting for it to even out. No, there it is. So we'll just keep playing here with 14:40 to go in the second period. GBS out to neutral ice. Here's Sherwood coming into the zone left side. Try to get around Aiden Hunt, could not. Stolen away, Carrabine gets it ahead to Hickey. Hickey gets around one Titan, but then reaching in there was Ryan Mulvey to get a stick on that. Now it's sent ahead for Davidson as a partial breakaway. Has to get around Meredith. Davidson in on net, and he gets rid of a shot on target, but it goes off the left pad for Huddleston. Almburg grabs it, high slot, shoots it off the end boards and settled down beside the net. Lake Forest with the puck, intercepted by Jack Mulvey. He will get it down to the near side half boards. I believe they avoided touching it for a high stick. And all the meanwhile, Lake Forest will clear it the length of the ice. It'll be another scout icing and another attacking zone draw for the Titans. And the clock is frozen at 13:52. And it's running again. And it's frozen again. 13:49. Second period, 1-1 game at the Glenview Ice Center. Almburg South Titans and Lake Forest Scouts playing for the first time as SHL opponents at home for the Titans. Second meeting this season. Loughran takes a shot right circle. Wojdyla was trying to clean up a rebound, but his shot wouldn't go either. It's sent all the way down and will just not barely be an icing after it slowed down a ton. Jackson Drum picks it up. Stolen away by Eric Steenstrup. He will go to the far side. He was looking for Nick Ventura with that pass, but it just was out of his reach. Now on the near side by the blue line, it comes out to the neutral zone. Grant Loughran circles back in his own end and then gets it to Steenstrup with a pass. Eric Steenstrup into the zone left circle, centered it. Callaghan, it was just barely out of his reach, and then Nick Ventura may have had a chance. Meanwhile, Lake Forest the other way, 3-on-2. Austin Rice to Drum. Rice gets it back, and the shot attempt is deflected high and into the netting. Action picking up a little bit here at the Glenview Ice Center. 12:50 to go in the second period. Titans and Lake Forest all square with 1 goal apiece. Both tallies in the first period. Lake Forest first, Almburg South second. This is a face-off at the circle to winger's right. It's won by the Titans. Leaves back that way. Lake Forest gets it, and then trying to get it out is Vanderploeg. He takes a big hit, gets up immediately though. Jason Van in the Titans' own zone, now in neutral ice, decides to pass it back to Vanderploeg, playing defense with Adrian Sokol. Now ahead to neutral ice by the timekeeper's area. It's tipped ahead. Zach Freimuth chases it down, falls down, and gets it to the right point for Vanderploeg. Somehow that pass gets to Freimuth. Now Ban, he just missed the far corner. Vanderploeg keeps it alive at the point. Now Freimuth gets it again off a nice touch pass from Wojdyla. Zach Freimuth trying to center it. That's gets in the way of the Lake Forest skates. Wojdyla gets it again. Centers it, Ban has an open net, but diving in there was Ryan Manili to get a stick on it. And Lake Forest gonna send it down. It was tipped by a Titan, so it will not be an icing. GBS with a couple of close chances there. Now they'll try again. Here's Jack Mulvey, intercepted by Hickey. He will try a pass back to his goaltender. It is successful. They'll put a glove on it to stop play with 11:36 to go in the second period. Titans have grabbed the first 4 shots on goal of this period. It's 1-1 as the goal scoring in this period at 0. Just about 5 minutes in. Jack Mulvey getting ready for the face-off. Titans attacking zone left circle, but Lake Forest appeared to win it. GBS grabs it and centers it. Davidson just didn't have his body turned the right way to properly accept that pass. Otherwise, he would have had a good chance. Now Dennis Hickey up to Carrabine through neutral ice. Now ultimately over the blue line. He lost the puck a little bit there. Fights for it and gets it back. His pass to the corner intercepted by Jack Mulvey. Now picking it up. On the loose puck is Sherwood. He will come through neutral ice. Comes over the blue line left wing side. Will fire a wrister, and that just goes high of the cage. Nice shot from 94 Blue. 10:50 to go in the second. Tie game. Here's Almburg. He'll go back below winger's net. And it's sent out there, and Austin Rice turns around and dumps it back in. Titans grab possession right back. Adam Sokol to Dylan Monaghan. He takes a hit right at the Lake Forest blue line. Coming out of his net to get that one to the far side is Huddleston. And Titans grab it back. Logan Uihlien will send this one all the way down. It will be an icing as it just missed some traffic of Titan sticks. So the face-off will be in the Almburg South attacking zone once again. 10:19 to go in the second period. Shots on goal in the game here favor GBS, 16-5. But the Scouts were successful on the power play. It was their first shot on goal of the game on a man advantage that they were gifted about 3 minutes into the game. Adrian Sokol, left point. Now to the near side for his brother at the circle. It's tapped back and taking a hit and falling down is Monaghan, but he gets back up and will keep skating with the play. Here's Walsh. He will take a shot. Big save by the right pad of Luke Winger. That was a tough one. Owen Walsh looks to keep possession alive for the Scouts. They do get it to the point. Logan Uihlien now at the left circle, turning around and firing a shot. Finn Avis, but Winger makes the save. 2 big saves in the last 10 seconds or so. Finn Avis gets it back to the left point. Robert Medica, he takes a shot. That wouldn't go. Maybe blocked. Maybe Winger did get a piece. GBS desperate to get it out of the zone. They finally are able to. And they're tired. Pajerski, Adam Sokol, and Monaghan will all go to the bench. 9:13 to go in the second period. Here's a long stretch pass. Callaghan catches up to it. He has to get around Shoemaker. He instead brings it down below the goal line, and Lake Forest looking to bring it out. Adrian Sokol kept it alive with a whiff shot, so it goes to Shoemaker, and he comes out with it. Sends it down to the Titans zone, near side corner, now behind Winger. Loughran to the near side for Adrian Sokol. Loughran gets it back. This pass out is intercepted by the stick of Hickey, but it goes to Sokol instead. Adrian Sokol into the zone. Tried a centering pass, but he whiffed on the shot. He was being guarded and continues to be by Hunt. Loose puck in the corner. Shoemaker finds it, tries a backhand. It wouldn't go. Hickey now back and ultimately arced out to neutral ice and all the way down to the Titans' end. GBS will change. So will Lake Forest. And GBS will get another attacking rush here. It's Almburg, that's Loughran with the puck. Into the zone around 1, all the way to the net. Takes a shot and it just misses wide. Loughran gets it back and it does squeak outside the zone. Here's Carrabine. Has Almburg to beat, can't poke it ahead of 68. And the Titans dump it back into the zone. Lake Forest will grab it again. Now under 8 minutes to play in the second period before the intermission. All tied up here at Glenview Ice Center between the Titans and Scouts. Here's a pass to Freimuth into the zone. All the way to the net. He shoots in. Huddleston makes the save. He hangs onto it with his glove and freezes play with 7:42 to go in the second. Luke Winger was trying to repeat what he did in the first period there, getting around a defender at the right circle and firing one into a pretty small window of opportunity. Face-off win for Glenbrook South. Almburg's shot gets held up at the slot. Uihlein pokes it ahead. Here's Jackson Drum. He dropped it off in neutral ice, and Marsh will backhand it down below the Titans' goal line. Almburg to the near side. Ban intercepted again by Lake Forest. Finn Avis will get it below the GBS goal line. Zach Freimuth now with possession. Plays it off the near boards in his own end. Looking for Ban, but that didn't happen. It goes below the goal line again. Tons of snow building up on the right side of Luke Winger's crease. Way more than on Huddleston's end. Now Zach Freimuth takes a hit in neutral ice, and he's going to draw a penalty for it. Freimuth didn't take long to get up. That's a good sign. Zach Freimuth already with a goal in this game. One of the Titans' biggest offensive producers last season and this season. He's got 5 SHL goals now. Logan Uihlien will be guilty, and he'll head to the penalty box. So the Titans, with 6:58 to go in the second period, get another power play opportunity where the very same man that drew the penalty, Zach Freimuth, scored the first power play goal on GBS's only conversion. Jack Mulvey to the far side. Loughran shoots one. It misses the net wide. Rebounds off the end boards. Jack Mulvey gets it back. Touch pass for Sokol, left side circle. Adrian Sokol clinging to the near side boards like a magnet will go back to the right point. The left side, really. Now to Loughran. Sokol, left circle, shoots. Wyatt Sherwood was trying to poke in a rebound. He could not. Lake Forest sends it back down to GBS's end. 1 minute, 25 seconds to go on the Titan power play. Looking to go 2 for 2 on the day, as this one goes back down to Luke Winger's end, and he will arc the puck to a man on the near side in his own zone. Titans do get it to neutral ice. Here's Jack Mulvey entering. He dropped it off. Sokol was just barely there to keep it on side. Sherwood with a one-timer on Sokol's pass. It wouldn't go, and Lake Forest clears it. 50 seconds to go in the GBS power play. They might try and catch Lake Forest on a change. Not in time. So Jason Van will play with it in his own zone. Murphy Moorhead pokes it back down below the GBS goal line. And Ryan Mulvey will get it ahead to Van, who tips it in. And Nelson dumped it back down again. 5:30 to go in the second period. 30 seconds to go in the GBS power play. Van goes cross ice. Freimuth tried to get it back to Wojdyla, but it just wouldn't connect. Freimuth now below the goal line. Huddleston's in position, locking both posts with his pads. Wojdyla gets it back to Ryan Mulvey, left point. Goes to the right side, Almburg, now back for Wojdyla. Couldn't hang on to the puck. 10 seconds to go in the power play now. Fight for it on the near side corner. Freimuth and Wojdyla in there. Wojdyla pokes it free. He comes in on net, tries a shot, and the save is made by Teddy Huddleston in the Lake Forest crease. It was a great power play by the Titans. They had 2 shots on goal, but they weren't able to convert, and we still sit at 1-1. 20 shots on goal for Glenbrook South and 8 for Lake Forest. 4 minutes, 53 seconds before the teams will go to the locker room. Off a face-off, Steenstrup will try a shot. It missed. Now Nick Ventura, he shoots, he scores! Nick Ventura from the slot. I'm not sure if that was tipped by another man. I do believe it hit something. It may have been a Lake Forest scout. And Nick Ventura leads the handshake line. So he has scored his first career varsity SHL goal. Congratulations, Nick Ventura. Of course, younger brother of David Ventura, who had 3 goals in the SHL last season. Titans grab the lead just after the power play expires. And with 4:45 to go in the second period, they're up 2-1 on a Nick Ventura goal. Here's Algrim. At center ice. He tried to dump it down, but it's stripped away by Lake Forest. Here's Marsh coming over the blue line on the right wing side. Spins to elude a check and then throws a backhander towards the direction of the net. But it's grabbed away by GBS. They got it out to neutral. And now it comes to the stick of Nick Ventura, who just scored a goal for GBS. He centers it. Steenstrup backhander, and Huddleston makes the save. Boy, oh boy, this line is clicking tonight. With the absence of Will Stevens from this game, Nick Ventura comes and joins the Steenstrup Callaghan line, and, well, he's got a goal to his name in this game, and he was very close to his second point with an assist. GBS will keep pressing in the attacking zone with a left circle face-off. It's won by the Scouts, and they'll clear it out to neutral ice. Ryan Mulvey gets his pass intercepted by Meredith, who comes into the zone with a little bit of speed. Eventually, the loose puck comes to the stick of John Carrabine. Now with it is Dennis Hickey, stolen away by the Titans. Here's Pierce Davidson. Got it to Sherwood, and they are going to get the Titans for offsides on that zone entry, as Sherwood was a step beyond the blue. So we get a whistle. Neutral zone faceoff coming up at Glenview Ice Center with 3:40 to go in period number 2. GBS with a 2-1 lead over the Scouts. Lake Forest scored first. GBS came back and then took the lead. First 2 goals of the game were in the first period, and then the Titans broke the tie just after the power play expired. Nick Ventura with his first career varsity SHL goal. Zach Freimuth had the first one for the Titans. Now Wojdyla will spin around and get a shot on target. I believe that's his second shot on goal of the game. Ryan Mulvey, left point, got it to the net. Freimuth trying to clean up a rebound. He was able to get a shot away. Then he gets taken down from behind, and Aiden Meredith will go to the penalty box on that. Tripping is the call. Freimuth draws another power play for the Titans right after he just did that. And heading to the box is Aiden Meredith. Had 14 penalty minutes coming into this game. It's actually, if you you can believe it, third place on the team. Michael Dahmer has 17 minutes, who we haven't seen a lot in this game, and Murphy Moorhead, who we have seen a lot in this game, is in second place with 16. Titans, one of the most disciplined teams in the SHL, only with 28 penalty minutes on the season. That's fewest in the league. Also explains why they've only had 10 looks on the PK. Well, now it's 11 since Lake Forest had one. Speaking of special teams, GBS on their third power play of the night. Looking to go 2 out of 3. Already 20 seconds gone, but South with possession. Here's Freimuth. Murphy Moorhead finds it in the slot and will turn around and clear it down to the GBS end. 2 minutes to play in the second period. This penalty will end roughly a minute before the intermission. Nice drop-off pass by Ban to Freimuth. It goes down into the corner. Now the far corner. Ban gets in there and gets in the way of the referee a little bit, and the referee in some pain, so he will blow the whistle on himself. Of course, you gotta do that. Absolutely accidental from Jason Ban. As a matter of fact, he just went over to the referee, said a couple words. Quality human being, Jason Ban, number 44. Will take a face-off in the attacking zone right off the draw. Sherwood tried one and it deflected off Huddleston and high, but another shot on goal for GBS in their power play. 2:20 to go in the second period. Titans have a 2-1 lead thanks to goals from Zach Freimuth, as it's cleared down by Carrabine. Here's Adrian Sokol, 1 minute to go on the GBS power play. It's Jack Mulvey through neutral ice. He comes over the blue line onside. Goes down to the corner, loses the puck, got it back, and then sent it to the left point for Adrian Sokol. Now Jack Mulvey gets it again. Mulvey cuts to the high slot, shoots, and the pad save is made. There was some traffic, but that went directly on target. And then it's cleared out to neutral ice. Adrian Sokol near side will go to the far side, coming over the blue line. Right wing is Sherwood. 23 seconds to go on the Titan power play. Grabbing it here and clearing it is Lake Forest. Now trying to catch them in a change. Sherwood comes ahead. He's over the blue line, takes a shot, big pad save, but a rebound, and Wojdyla was there. They try to clear it out, but it's kept alive by Sherwood. Now Sokol shoots, and the pad save is made by Huddleston. Austin Rice then will clear it all the way down, and that ends the GBS power play. So they fall to 1 for 3 on the day. As now exactly 1 minute to go in the second period as of this moment. Titans with a 1-goal lead. Rice will shoot, and Winger makes a save. Lake Forest with 55 seconds to go in the second period. This is a game that's being outplayed largely by the Almburg South Titans. They got 27 shots on goal to the Lake Forest Scouts 8. The Titan offense, with as many opportunities as they have had a hard time breaking through Teddy Huddleston, as this faceoff comes in the GBS defensive end, and Finn Avis with it will go below the goal line. Then it's sent back out to the left circle, poked out of there by Jason Van. Now Wojdyla, Lake Forest, able to find it back. Here's Walsh coming into the zone right side, over the blue line, gets the puck back. He shoots, and a nice block on the shot by Owen Almburg, and a mini cross-check by Owen after the fact. Whistle with 31.8 to go in the second period. Again, I feel like a broken record. Titans with a 2-1 lead. So they'll try and get this defensive zone face-off and perhaps find a miracle way to score in the dying moments of this period. They do get possession. Here's Jason Ban. He's being guarded by Uihlien. He comes over the blue line. Wojdyla to the slot, Freimuth. He missed that opportunity, but the puck sits in the near side corner. Now now fighting for possession is Banny, does get it to the slot. Freimuth tried a turnaround shot, it wouldn't go, so here comes Drum the other way. Jackson Drum tried to get it down below the goal line, blocked by Almburg. Then he gets around one man. 4 seconds to shoot, sticked away by Lake Forest, and they're going to try something here, but they're not going to have enough time. And Winger makes a kick save for good measure on that shot down on goal. Of course, it won't be a shot on goal for game purposes. And that's how the second period here at Columbia Ice Center comes to a close. So both teams will head into their locker rooms and talk things over. GBS holds on to a 1-goal lead, 2-1 count heading into the third period. They've been up after 2 periods 3 times so far. They've actually been tied 3 times as well. So they've had a lot of close comeback wins, and they're hoping for another one here tonight, already with 27 shots on goal. We will see if the Titans can hang on to this lead right after the intermission. But don't go anywhere if you're listening on radio. We'll have some music to keep you company while the Zamboni takes care of the ice. If you're watching on Twitch, the live stream for the first half of the game will end, and it'll pick back up when the third period starts. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the South Hockey Radio Network and watching live on Twitch. Welcome back to the South Hockey Radio Network, everybody, as we are done with halftime. And we're ready for the third and final period of the game. Titans and the Lake Forest Scouts going at it here at Glenview Ice Center on a Saturday night. Just their third to last game at Glenview Ice Center of the calendar year 2022 before 7 out of 8 games, potentially 8 out of 9, depending on when the postponed game is made up, stretched to end the regular season, including our last 2 games here at Glenview Ice Center of SHL play, 26 and 27 against Nutra Green and Loyola Gold in that order, just 3 days apart. So it'll be a tough stretch for the Titans. You look at their record when they're playing teams that are over 500 coming into the contest. It's a little shaky so far in the stats early on, but they've got a 1-0-1 record against teams with over 500 win percentage, or really points percentage. They're 4-0-0 against teams that have under 500 win percentage coming into the game. So, you know, GBS has had a good start. Can you blame it on an early schedule? I don't think necessarily. Loyola Gold, they've had a tough start. There's a little bit of a schedule imbalance. They have played Barrington twice, and their record may not prove it, but I still think that they're one of the best teams in the state. Obviously, GBS's only loss was to Nutra Green. That was a 1 versus 2 matchup coming into it. The rankings came out that day, but Nutra was number 1, and they won the game, proving it. But GBS, with 17 minutes on the clock here in the third period, and a 2-1 lead in goals, 27-8 lead in shots on goal. The power play so far today is 1 for 3, but the PK improves to a perfect 11 for 11. Of course, talked about it earlier in the broadcast, the Titans are the least penalized team in the league so far in Glenbrook South's 6 games they've played coming into this one. 28 penalty minutes, and they only had 2 in this game so far. So only at 30, that is the fewest in the SHL. And as a result, they've only had 11 shorthanded situations, one of them being in this game. And they have prevented a power play goal against all 11 times. So their PK sits in first place in the SHL, obviously. No other team is at 100%. No other team has had that few shorthanded looks either. Back to the first period way of shooting. GBS will go from left to right, Lake Forest from right to left. The Scouts win the face-off, and we are underway in the third period. Carrabine takes a quick shot. It just misses the crossbar. Now Carrabine gets it back again in the far side corner. Poking it into the zone. Down at the corner was Dennis Hickey, and it's sent back out for Sherwood. He gets it ahead to himself. Sherwood comes into the zone, left wing side. He gets taken down by Meredith, and the loose puck is tipped out by Lake Forest. Through neutral ice and ahead of Ryan Mulvey. Carrabine tried to get ahead of him, but he could not as Mulvey fell down. Almburg will get it to the near side. Davidson, now Ryan Mulvey again. Played it off the near side boards. It'll roll down. It's not an icing, for whatever reason that may be, so we play on. 2-1 game. 40 seconds into the third period make that. This shot goes down into the far side corner. Lake Forest picks it up and gets it out through neutral ice. Here's Marsh coming into the zone. It's a delayed offsides on the Scouts, so they will be flagged for that. The whistle sounds, and we will stop play. Puck will fall in the neutral zone with 16:01 to go in the third period. Titans with a 2-1 lead here in Glenview. Zach Freimuth will take the draw. He wins it back Vanderplug to Wojdyla. Now Jackson Drum picks it up. He comes into the zone. Drum centered it. Marsh, but it gets sticked away by Sokol. Then on the rebound, Drum tries to play it off the end boards and into the open net. He could not. Winger does not have a stick as Austin Rice keeps possession. Then Freimuth pokes that one ahead, and Winger has time to go grab his paddle. Marsh coming in on net. Great diving play by Adrian Sokol to lay out and get a stick on that puck. He really is a great two-way player this season. He was a great defensive player last season, but he's really turned on the Jets in terms of an all-around skater. Officially a defenseman as this one's sent down into the Lake Forest end. It'll be a Titan icing. And the faceoff will come back into GBS's own zone at the circle to Loughran's left. 15-13 to go in period number 3. 2-1 Titans, the same score as it's been since about 7 minutes left in the second period. And Nick Ventura got his second goal for the Titans. Zach Freimuth with the first. Eric Steenstra pokes this one ahead. He's got a 2-on-1. Tried to get a pass over to Callaghan, but Meredith lays out. Another good defensive play made, this time against the Titans. This one's sent into the zone. It'll go below the goal line. Ice still looking a little wet out there. About 3 minutes into this period. Callaghan will tip this one down. This should be a Titan icing. And there is the whistle, stopping play with 14:44 to go in the third period. Almburg South and Lake Forest going after it here. GBS demolishing the Scouts in shots. But the Titans just hold on to a 1-goal lead here at home. So they'll try and protect it, hopefully get some insurance. Not too much time to go in the game. Time in the third period though, 14:44 again. This face-off in the Titans' defensive end is won by the Scouts. Here's Shoemaker with it, near side corner. And the puck slides over to the far side where Ryan Mulvey will tip it out. Wyatt Sherwood pokes it ahead. And Jack Mulvey intercepts. He circles back into his own end, playing like a defenseman. Then he gives it right to the stick of Carrabine, who's already got a goal tonight. He throws it to his backhand and just missed the far post. That was a risky turnover there by Jack Mulvey, as Lake Forest still holds on to it in the attacking end for them, but the Titans are able to secure the puck and bring it out to neutral ice. Carrabine comes racing back into the zone. Then Carrabine and Almburg take a collision. There's a penalty coming up. Davidson, meanwhile, on a breakaway, he shoots. Pad save made, and Almburg is hurting, but GBS still has possession alive. Now left circle. Davidson, big one-timer, and the save is made by Huddleston. Almburg, all the meanwhile, limped his way back towards the bench, and he is in a lot of pain after that collision. Finally, the whistle's going to sound. Titans are going to get a power play, but all of the focus right now on the health of the birthday boy. Celebrating 1-8 today, Owen Almburg has just suffered a bit of an injury. We've had a couple close calls in this game, but all the times that there's been an injured player, they were able to get right back up to their feet without any help. And while Almburg's injury looks probably the worst out of all the ones we've seen today, he was able to do that same thing. Here's a Loughran shot right off the draw. Stopped by Huddleston. GBS gonna go for 2 out of 4 on the power play, come into this man advantage, leading with a 1 out of 3 count. Lake Forest, of course, 1 out of 1 on the power play today. Excuse me, I just realized earlier in the broadcast I made a mistake. GBS penalty kill did not extend a perfect streak. Anyway, here's Adrian Sokol, left circle. Got it to the slot. Freimuth almost tipped it by, but couldn't. Here's Loughran, right point. Now to the right circle, Ban. It gets tipped back out to Loughran. Now top of the left circle, Sokol. His shot deflected back to Loughran. Now getting it is Ban one more time. Loughran at the high slot, shoots and just missed the net wide to the right. 1:23 to go on the GBS power play. Jackson Drum finds it, tries to clear it out. Grabbed by a jumping Grant Loughran with his glove. Over to the left side, Freimuth. He shoots and getting a piece of it. Huddleston just stays in bounds as it hits the top of the end board glass. And diving over it below the goal line was Huddleston to get a stoppage. Both teams will change and we'll keep trucking on the Titans power play. He's got 1:11 to go before we're back to even strength. Zach Freimuth with a power play goal. It was the first goal of the Titans too. And right off the bat, Lake Forest finds it and clears it. Shot on goal from about 200 feet as it went directly on net. So Owen Almburg, who's right back out there, that is fantastic to see, as we didn't know if he'd come back for this game, but he's right back on the next shift. Meanwhile, here's a delayed offsides call. Face-off going to come back out to neutral ice, right in front of the scout bench. 12:35 to go in the third period. 50 seconds to go on the Glenbrook South man advantage. 2-1 game in favor of the Titans. Zach Freimuth with a beautiful water bottle shot. If you're watching this game live and didn't get an opportunity to see that, make sure you go to the Gerard Boris YouTube channel. Of course, that's where all of the replays are uploaded. Here's Davidson into the zone, left side. His shot was absorbed by a Lake Forest defender. Then a hit by Robert Medica. The puck goes back out to the left point, though, for Almburg. Now Ryan Mulvey shoots, and the save is made by Huddleston. He will cover the puck and get another whistle with 12:08 to go in the third period. Lake Forest still without a shot on goal in this third period, but the Titans now lead in that category 33-8. Wingers made 7 saves tonight. Did allow a goal. It was a power play goal against Sherwood. Off a Titan face-off win. We'll try a shot. That got blocked. Now it's Jack Mulvey with a spin-around pass to the right point to his brother. Now Almburg tries a shot. That wouldn't go, and the Scouts are going to clear this one all the way down with just 3 seconds to go on their PK, so it won't be an icing. And we're back to 5-on-5. Glenbrook South falls to 1 out of 4 on the power play here tonight. Here's Zach Freimuth with the puck in neutral ice. He'll go far side for Wojdyla, who comes into the zone. He centers it. Freimuth had a stick right there, looking for a tip-in play, but they couldn't connect. Freimuth finds the puck back. It gets to the right point for Almburg. He will try a shot. Manili blocked it. Where's the puck? It's loose behind the crease. Wojdyla finds it. Near side corner, Ban sends it to the right point, Almburg. Over to the left side, Adrian Sokol centers it to the slot, but getting a stick in the way is Finn Avis. Titans still with possession now. Far side corner, Finn Avis finally grabs it and will clear this one down into the Titans' end. This will be an icing against the Lake Forest side, and we will freeze with 10:59 to go in the third. Titans with a 2-1 lead. Scouts scored the first goal of this game, but the Titans came roaring back. It was 1-1 after the first period. Both of the goals were on the power play. And then in the second period, 1 goal for the Titans. It was just after a power play. It was Nick Ventura's first career varsity SHL goal. So, of course, that's a big one. We've had 4 of those moments so far this season, and all of them have been against Lake Forest, oddly enough. Wyatt Sherwood, Casper Wojdyla, and Benji Pajurski, and now today, Nick Ventura. Shoemaker steals, he shoots! And that was a quick chance for Lake Forest, but I believe Winger did get a tiny touch on that. It gets poked out to neutral ice, and Shoemaker will dump it back down. It goes 87-87. Adrian Sokol now with the puck. Battle for possession on the near side. 10:20 to go in regulation time here. Titans hanging on to a 1-goal lead, 2-1, but shots on goal favor the home team here in Glenview, 33-8 in this contest. As the Titans are out shooting the Scouts in this third period, 8-0. Here's Steenstrup from the slot, shoots. The save was made, and it deflects off the end boards, and then Nick Ventura will try another shot from the left side, and that went high of the net. Scouts find it, diving to grab possession, or at least try to, is Nick Ventura, and it works. It goes to Sokol right point. His shot is kicked away, goes to Callaghan. Matt Callaghan looking for another SHL goal. He's got 1. It's also his only point. Here's Steenstrup. He shoots in from the left side, right by the blue paint. That shot went wide. Now the other direction, Murphy Moorhead. He will dump this one down. Titans desperately looking for an insurance goal here because Lake Forest, I mean, they have a goal in their pocket already. They scored it only 3 minutes into the game as this puck is pinned up against the Titan bench area. They can just come into the Titans zone off a face-off play, off a rush, as this one deflects into the GBS bench. And maybe they even get another power play. But they are 1 goal away from tying this unless Glenbrook South can find a way to beat Teddy Huddleston, who's had an outstanding night in net for the Lake Forest Scouts, stopping 32 out of the 34 shots he's faced and keeping his team in it. GBS could easily be winning this game 7-0, but they only have a 1-goal lead to bank on. Zach Freimuth from neutral ice just steps over the blue line, and then he'll dump it down. It'll go below the goal line. Freimuth found it, sent it to Loughran at the right circle. Grant Loughran down low to Freimuth again, centered it, Ban will try a shot, but a delayed penalty has just been called. And I think one guy from each side is going to go to the box. So we'll see what we have here. That was during live play. I thought it was a delayed call, but it was an immediate whistle. Aiden Hunt and Casper Wojdyla both will have a seat. Aiden Hunt with 12 penalty minutes so far this season. Casper Wojdyla has just 2, so that is the second time in SHL play he's taken a penalty. So we'll stick to 5-on-5. Those two guys will sit until the next whistle beyond 2 minutes from right now. 8:36 to go in the third. Titans with a 2-1 lead. Lake Forest wins the defensive zone faceoff cleanly, and it goes out to neutral ice. They try and poke it into the Titans zone. Carrabine strips it away from Davidson, but Pierce Davidson gets it back, and he will go all the way down with it. For whatever reason, no icing, and will play on with 8:18 to go. Lake Forest in their own end. Here's Meredith. It's Aiden Meredith getting that one into the Titans zone. Right there for Ryan Mulvey. He tried to clear it. Hickey kept it alive right point. Dennis Hickey going down low, but Ryan Mulvey getting in there. And then the puck sitting right at the blue line, just inside the zone at a Titan bench as they scrum for it. Now the puck leaks outside, and Lake Forest had to tag up. They were already outside of the zone. So the Scouts will dump this one in, and that is a Lake Forest icing. So the whistle sounds, and the faceoff will go down to the Titans attacking zone. 7:42 to go in the third period. So we'll line up at the right wing circle. Here's Adrian Sokol. He will get it to Steenstrup. Now Sokol gets it back. He'll go down below the goal line. Nick Ventura, who has a goal in this game, looked for possession of that puck. But now it's at the left side point at Callaghan. He's still got the puck on his stick at the left circle, but then it's stolen away by the Scouts. They'll get it to neutral ice. 7 minutes, 10 seconds. Here's Sokol into the zone. Adrian shoots, he scores! Adrian Sokol says what's up after firing that one home from the left circle. Got around defenders there. Again, just like he was a forward. Titans take a 3-1 lead here at Glenview Ice Center off Adrian Sokol's first goal of the SHL season. How about that? Has only scored in the preseason. And after just notching 2 goals in SHL play last year, the big senior defenseman, 87 in blue, gets his first of the new year. 3-1 Titans with 7:07 to go in the third period. 35-8 are the shots on goal now. GBS shooting the Lake Forest Scouts 10-0 in this period, and Winger is sort of leaning on the net now. Here's Walsh. He steals it in neutral ice. He'll dump that one down to the far side corner. Adrian Sokol will chase in there, fighting for possession of the puck, but finding it is Lake Forest. Here's Meredith, top of the left circle, gets a shot away, and Winger does get a piece of that one. And a shot on goal credited to the Scouts, their first of the period. Adam Sokol chasing after this one, left circle, diving out is Huddleston. Titans keep possession alive though. Back to his brother Adrian, who just scored. Now a shot towards the net by Vanderplug, deflected wide, and the loose one comes out to Adrian Sokol, left circle. He will try a shot. That took a deflection and comes to the near side right wing, and the Scouts able to get it out to neutral ice. GBS close to a fourth there, and a second for Adrian Sokol. Here are the Titans in their own end. After a miscue on a delayed offsides, forced Lake Forest to give it up. Sherwood into the zone. This time it is offsides on Glenbrook South. We'll stop play with 6:01 to go in period number 3. GBS with a 3-1 lead. Zach Freimuth, Nick Ventura, and Adrian Sokol all with goals tonight. Lake Forest wins the draw. They'll pull it back to their own end. Sherwood intercepts left circle. The shot deflects and was in the air for about 3 to 4 seconds before it hit the ice. This shot gets deflected. Jack Mulvey tries to get a backhander towards the net on the rebound, and Davidson in there too, but it wouldn't go. Now 5 minutes and 40 seconds to play in period number 3. Lake Forest dumps this one down to the Titans' end. Ryan Mulvey will take it. Lake Forest has been doing a lot of dump and chase, and it hasn't worked for them for the majority of this game. They're going to need to find ways to break through the Titans' defensive wall at their own blue line if they're going to get some good scoring opportunities to tie this game, because now down 2 and being outplayed to this level, it's going to be a tall task for Steve Sauer and his crew. This one will be sent down to the Scouts' end. It was tipped by Nelson, so no icing. A long pass here by Huddleston. Now it's tipped back to Nelson again, being pressured by Wojdyla. Rice getting in there to tip it ahead, but grabbing it is Loughran, finding a Freimuth waiting at the blue line, catching Lake Forest in a change. His shot hit the post on the rebound, cleaning it up and punching it in is Wojdyla, and he scores. And the Titans have a 4-1 lead with under 5 minutes to go. Casper Wojdyla, that's goal number 2 of the SHL season, his second in 2 games against the Lake Forest Scouts. And it's all but over now at the Glenview Ice Center. After that goal, Casper Wojdyla has now tied the team lead in points with 7 on the season, tied with Zach Freimuth and Jason Van. It's a 3-way tie. Casper Wojdyla with a couple of goals now. That one's in, and 5 assists. Had an assist in the last game as well. And finally, they dropped the puck in sort of an awkward freeze before anyone knew what to do with it. Great display of offense for the Titans tonight. All night, they've just been peppering Teddy Huddleston, and he was fantastic for the most part. But GBS, as we wind down to the last 5 minutes of the third period with 38 shots on goal, finally get rewarded with 2 quick goals in a matter of maybe 10-20 seconds of playing time. Freimuth into the zone again. He's still hungry. He'll go to the right point, Loughran. He'll shoot, save made by Huddleston. Lake Forest tries to clear. It's kept alive by Algrim, left point. Now down low for Ban at the corner. Out to Wojdyla. It was out of his reach, and it's cleared back into neutral ice. Benji Pajurski to the near side, Loughran. He heads into the zone, toe drags around Meredith, then around Hunt. His backhand shot just over the crossbar. My goodness. If that went in, that could have been a candidate for goal of the year in the SHL. Never mind high school hockey in total in this state. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to play, roughly. Benji Pajurski below the goal line, being pressured by a couple of scouts. Adam Sokol gets in there to make it an even battle, and he is able to get possession of the puck. Vanderplug right point, now down to Benji Pajurski again. Out to the left side, Adrian Sokol. He's thinking about a shot or a pass. He will elect to go to his brother, waiting at the right circle, but he whiffed on that one-timer. And Lake Forest out to neutral ice. Vanderplug picks it up. Adrian Sokol instead will loop back behind his own net while being pressured by Davis. Now has some space. He'll get around one man, that's Hickey. Now the other, that's Shoemaker. All the way down below the goal line. Still with the puck now as he turns around and sends one to the net. Stopped by Huddleston, but he let up a rebound that Pajurski gets in there for. Now, blue paint again, a backhand attempt by Monaghan, and it's cleared out by Lake Forest. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this one. I don't think we're gonna see Steve Sauer pull Teddy Huddleston in favor of a 6th attacker. GBS may have gotten away with a penalty there. That looked like a trip. Here's Steenstrup trying to poke it by. He points to the net. And then the net comes off its moorings. And I'm not sure if the puck was in or what the call is here, but we haven't seen a clear signal from the referee. If that's Eric Steenstrup's goal, it'll be his second of the season, also scored against Barrington, both SHL and overall wise. And we'll see what they do here. It's either a 4-1 game or a 5-1 game with 2:20 to go in the third period. GBS with the lead in shots on goal, 40-19, 15-1 in this period. And they're gonna call that a no goal. So they're instead gonna count the shot and drop the face-off at the left circle. Nick Ventura, one of the 4 Titan goal scorers tonight. And instead it's gonna be Steenstrup who wins it back. Here's Ventura with a shot, and the save's made by Huddleston. Boy, if that went in. I don't know what that little tricky move there at the end by Ventura and Steenstrup was to switch who's gonna take the face-off, but if Ventura was able to score, boy, would that have paid off. Now this time, Lake Forest at the same dot wins the face-off. Titans grab possession. Here's a centering pass. Steenstrup tried to poke it ahead, but Carrabine gets it out. And Hickey back for Carrabine in his own zone. Here's Hickey with a long pass. It'll go to neutral ice where Adrian Sokol picks it up, gets it to the near side for Vanderploeg. Then his pass to Nick Ventura was intercepted initially, then Ventura got it back. He takes down a man, and now it's Callaghan with the puck. On the left side from a tough angle. I think his shot hit the net there, the side of the net, that is. Callaghan still with possession though. Down low to Steenstrup, right circle. His shot deflects off Nick Ventura and goes to the far side where the scouts pick it up. Here is John Carrabine, and he ices it down. Carrabine with the only goal of the game for Lake Forest. It was his second of the season, so now he's got 2 goals and 0 assists in what has now become 8 games played for the Scouts. They're gonna fall to 2-6. They had a nice little winning streak where they beat Loyola Golden York, but ever since then, 3 straight losses in SHL play coming into this one. They also had a tournament over the weekend. The scores not posted for that online, so can't actually tell you how they did. And GBS will go to 13 wins, 2 overtime losses, and 2 draws overall. 6-0-1 in the SHL to match Newton's Green, who plays tomorrow.
This is the last one to play in the period.
And how about that? I'm not sure who's in the penalty box, but boy, oh boy, was that loud. So I'm certain you heard that through the microphone. There's a pass to Pajerski. This looks offsides. He takes a shot, and the save is made by Huddleston. 38 seconds till it's official. Near side, it's Monaghan. He got it to the slot. It's cleared out. Actually kept alive by Algrim. He will take a shot. That got blocked in close by March. And then taking it back to neutral ice is Loughran. He got around Walsh here. He comes to the near side, gets around Davis, but then Finn Avis intercepts. And here's Loughran getting the puck back. 12 seconds for another chance, perhaps. Here's Nick Ventura. Couldn't get around Logan Uihlien. They get it out to neutral ice. It goes back into the Titans' end. There's 1 second on the clock. Now 0, and the Titans win their 6th game of the SHL season, taking down the Scouts for the 2nd time this season by the same score they did it at the very beginning of this month. 4-1 the final score over Lake Forest at Glenview Ice Center. The Titans allowed a power play goal 3 minutes into John Carrabine, but then shortly after that, it was the Titans power play that got one. Zach Freimuth with the water bottle shot, and then that was it for the first period, 1-1. GBS then continued their 4 unanswered goals with 1 in the second period off the stick of Nick Ventura, and a couple here in the third period towards the end by Adrian Sokol. And there was one more. That was Casper Wojdyla. He had the 3rd goal, and Adrian Sokol at the 4th goal. Steenstrup almost with a goal as well. Luke Winger makes 8 saves on the 9 shots he faced. Only goal allowed was a power play tally. Titans with 42 shots on goal, score on 4 of those shots, and win by a final score of 4-1 for the time being. They will jump over Nutra Green for first place in the SHL standings. Or actually, they'll tie them, and Nutra has the head-to-head, so Nutra will be in the lead. But NTG plays on Sunday night, so that'll be an interesting game to see where Nutra Green lines up in points with the Titans, because for now, GBS continues to be undefeated in regulation and advances to 6-0-1. Next game for Glenbrook South will be on Thursday night at 8:30 in Vernon Hills, Glacier Ice Arena against the Carmel Catholic Corsairs. As always, right back here, same time, same place, on the South Hockey Radio Network, whether you're watching or streaming. We will be there on Thursday, so come and support the Titans, whether you're watching, listening, or there in person at Glacier Ice Arena Thursday night, 8:30. On the camera is Gerard Boris. Absolute pleasure working with him. My name is Dylan Ward, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast. Titans win here at home, 4-1 the final score in Glenview. We will see you all on Thursday night. Happy Halloween, Glenbrook South fans.